everyone, this is Donnie. I'm back again, and I'm gonna try a little project with y'all. What I did was I fell in love with something. It's called Petals and Blooms. It's a Hobby Lobby Paper Studio brand paper line, and they've come up with the most gorgeous things. Let me get that thing out of the way. Paper, envelopes, cards, notebooks, what do you call these? Tags, little tiny, they call these the place cards. I'm just overwhelmed with the gorgeousness of this set. And so what I wanted to do, plus the 12 by 12 papers, the 6 by 6 papers, and probably a whole lot of stuff other than what I'm even going to show you. There are bags, these gorgeous gift bags. Hope that it stays in focus. A set of, I think there's 12 to a package, that's the word I'm trying to look for, and 3 different designs, so I think you get 4 of each. I think that's right. It may not be that many. You know it's right here. Let me look. 12 piece. 12 piece of 3 designs, so you get 4 each. I bought multiple sets when I actually finally found them. First, though, my Hobby Lobby didn't have anything except 12 by 12 paper. That's all I walked out of there with. I think I ended up buying 2 packages of 12 by 12 paper. The rest of the thing was empty. So I know all of y'all have bought this stuff. Also, this is the tiny little floral adhesive notes. I found a set of these. And then these are the sticker pack right here. The project I'm doing with this, though, is going to be using those 2 items I just showed you, the adhesive notes and the sticker pack. That's just going to be for decoration, so I'm going to set it aside. This is what I'm making. Excuse me. Washi tape. 1 tube of washi tape included so many different tapes. That was the first thing. I think I might have fallen in love with it first. I just don't know. Those florals right there are incredible. They're so pretty. I bought 2 tubes of these from a girl who actually bought them at her store and shipped them to me. And she helped me get some of these other pieces as well, including the box of 48 cards. There are 12 different designs of the cards, and so you get 4 of each, plus all of their envelopes. And that's what I'm using today. Let me stick that on the floor to make this. This is basically a pocket insert. All it is made out of these little cards. And since I had 2 boxes, I've already opened one and used one. And yet, I've only used 1 of each of the cards, so I still have 3 of each of the card left, plus the new box that I just got on the internet. I shopped at Hobby Lobby online and picked up the rest of these things. What I did is I took 1 of each of the cards. Well, it looks like I got 2 of that one, and 2 of that one for some reason. Oh, these are the extras, that's why. Never mind. I'll stick those to the side. I've got the ones I'm going to use today down here. Anyway, what I did was I used those cards as the base of this booklet. It's an insert the same size as a narrow, which is the standard size, TN, Traveler's Notebook insert. If you are a Foxy Fix fan and you have notebooks from Foxy Fix, this would be a number 6. So that's the size I'm making today. All I did was, I wanted something gorgeous, so of course this paper was my favorite. I wanted to use it. But I also, knowing that I was getting a lot of note cards, and I don't write just a whole ton of notes, I wanted to use these and see what I could do with them, just for fun. So this is what I came up with. All of my little scraps that I had left over from this project I have just stuck in here to try to show you where my pockets are. These little paper clips are from Green and Lime on the internet, and I've also got some paper clips in here which I can't tell you which ones are which. Honestly, I don't remember which ones are which. They're also from the Planner Society kit, which those might be Planner Society. I'm thinking the Dragonfly for sure I know is. And yeah, that one is too. So the other paper clips are from like that one, Green and Lime. So here's how I used the note card set. Made little belly bands out of some of the scraps. Again, I used the stickers and the tags. There's my Planner Society girl. That's Planner Society. And just, sorry about my dog. He hears me, so he may bark. I may have to go shut the door. It's open. Just stuck the tags in there just to kind of show you what can be done on the different pages. And then also, I left some of them, not all of them, otherwise my booklet would be too big. I left some of the pages open in the middle here, like that, so that I could tuck some more things in there. And I like to journal with scraps of paper. For example, these scraps are going to get used in my journaling. And so I would put this little booklet, this pocket booklet, into my journal notebook, which is, that's all I have in there. It's just one journal. And there goes my clip. So that means that I'll have a little extra, I always have extra room in my journal notebook. I keep the one I'm working on currently, the one I've already filled up is in there, and then I keep an empty one that I can decorate ahead of time if I want. So as I do that, I'll add little notebooks like this that I've made with extra scraps in it just for fun, and plus they're just gorgeous. So this is what I'm going to show you, hopefully show you how I put it together. The first thing I did, oh, let me also show you, I have not used these in this little booklet yet, but I did pull a few out so you could see them. Aren't they sweet? These little, place cards. My little place cards. They're just gorgeous. You know, I'm just going to, over the kit, because it's, I mean, not kit, but the whole grouping, because it's gorgeous. Okay, the note cards. Oh, y'all, the note cards. There are many florals in here. Look how gorgeous these are. There are some cards that are more plain, and to me, these are the plain ones. But they go so well with all of these florals that are so gorgeous. So the hard part to me was to decide how I was going to make the pages of my book, my little notebook here, into pages, and getting them the right size and which direction goes which. One of the things that if you happen to use this paper pack and possibly any others, this gold foiling is not always on, say, the center of some of the cards. This one, for example, has it over on one side. And so I wanted to keep that in mind as I worked on the project. Therefore, I'm cutting my cards in different spots so that I can get this size. It's, I believe, 4 1/4 inches by 8 1/4 inches. Let me make sure on that. Yeah, 4 1/4, and then I know that I did this 8 1/4 inches tall. Besides your papers and anything that you want to use to decorate with, you'll need washi tape so that you can use, by the way, any other things that you have. This was paper that I had a lot of. I didn't mind cutting it up. I don't use my Planner Society kit stuff yet. I will eventually, but until I am 100% sure what I'm going to do with something, I'm not cutting it up. So I have some sticky, double-sided sticky adhesive. I don't even know what this is called other than adhesive. A scoring, what are they called? Bone folder. Sorry, bone folder. I did not use the scoring thing, I don't think, did I? You know what? I bet I did, to fold over some of the edges. So you may need a score pal. I usually keep mine right next to me so I don't remember if I use it or not, because I always put it down there when I'm done. You'll need something to cut with. A pair of scissors. I happen to use the slice tool quite often because I can whisper cut, just barely cut through things using this. I don't like using a blade. I cut a big portion of my finger not the other day, but a number of months ago. I have a pencil, I have a pen, I always keep those handy. I have another form of adhesive, and whether you want to use glue or adhesive, it doesn't matter. We're working with paper. And then I also have a paper cutter that will cut the cards as I cut them down to size. So I'm going to put some of this out of my reach, or out of the way for the moment, and then I'm going to look at the construction of the actual notebook. I'm going to call this a notebook for now because I'll keep referring back to it. A folder, a pocket folder, notebook, whatever. I needed to get my front and the back of each of my pages decided on before I started the process, because I wanted the front of each of them to be the pretty paper and then the back of them more utilized. So I used the other cards in here that I could to become the back. So the first one that I used, y'all see the big yay up here? I'm going to pull the yay card out, wherever it is. I probably already did. There it is. Okay, I'm going to pull the yay card out, and I'm going to pull the, I believe it was the red and white stripe, I think is what I used for the extra, yes. I had paired these up to go together, and then as I made the booklet, I saved my pairing, so to speak, off to the side, like this, so that I could determine, since I wanted this to be the front cover, this part, I wanted it to be done last, my front cover. So what I did is I just set it aside and started working on the whole notebook. What I found out was if I made it any larger than this, it was going to really be too thick and too big, especially once I added my little pieces of paper, the whole reason I wanted it for. It was just going to be too thick. So I left it to the side as I worked on the rest of the book. This is a separate piece that has been cut out to make a pocket up here at the top out of that card. I also made pockets. There's just an extra cut of paper, but I made pockets on the interior using the red and white stripe card. So I'm going to set those to the side, and then I'll show you how I happen to pair up my cards, and you can do the same or do your own. It just really doesn't matter. The front page, I used this one. It was the perfect cut right here to make this pocket. I wanted that to be the front of the book with that because those matched. And so to do that, of course, I needed to cut through here. We'll get to that point in a minute as I progress. The back part is this little green one. The green, kind of a plain, that's what I'm going to call it. And so all I did was I put their backs together and kept them together as I put the pages together. This one is the green floral, and the back of it I used the brick and the ampersand. So I'm just going to put those together. Actually, I should put those face up. I don't want to hide my washi because I used that pretty quick. The next is the blue floral. I paired it with the red polka dot, which is right here. And I'm working on top of a pink cutting mat. because I have one of those photo mats underneath it that you're supposed to be able to use to take gorgeous photos, and you know, knowing me, I will cut and slice right through it without paying attention. Here's the heart with the stripe paired with hugs and kisses. And then the last one is the hello paired with, I did some changing around as I was working on it too, because I ended up with this on the back side of the whole booklet. I wanted that to be the back side. So those are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs, and I set this one aside, these two, because I'm going to just use those for decorating. So I'm going to put this to my left, get it out of the way. To start, first of all, let me just say, this was a wing it, like a bird flies on his wings, a wing it type of project. I had no clue how I was going to get these together. If y'all can think of another way to do it, please do so and share it with me, because I did not adhere everything just with washi tape. I left flaps so that I could attach the next pair of the cards to each other. For example, here's the flap that I left off of this one to help hold it on to this one. And I used washi tape to decorate with. Okay. One of the other processes I did was I left a flap, and I don't know if you can see it. I think I probably adhered it together was this one. This last piece, I think I adhered it to the inside. And so, no, it was this one. I have this much of the card left over. I didn't cut it off. I have this much left over, for example, down inside of here, and I just glued these 2 pages onto that flap. On the back page, for example, I left the flap, which is this extra piece here, on this side to adhere to this page. And then I left 2 little tuck spots in here that I can use to, plus I made a belly band so that I could put these little card pieces together in here. So it was unconventional. I even did a cut here on this paper so that part of it could go on one and the other part could adhere to the other, because I didn't know how to do it otherwise. So basically, I had to start with knowing exactly my measurement for the width and then the height. I'll show you the height real quick. I left the bottom of the back of the card at the top of each of my pairings, because that's what I'm going to cut off right up to that point where the words are. Let me see if I can get that in focus, hopefully, and show it to you a little bit better. So I'm going to cut those words off, but just under the words on each of the pairs. And on one of my cutters that I used, I can't remember which one it was, I put a piece of tape to help me. I think it was this one, as I knock everything down. This is brand new to me, so I didn't really enjoy using it as much as I had hoped I would. I think that's how I did it. I used this little piece of washi tape to help me line up the cards, since they were all exactly the same, so that I could cut just that much off of each of the cards. And what I'm doing is I'm just back to back the cards, you know, the insides together. And I'm going to line it up against that little piece of washi and cut it right off. Make sure I've got them lined up and the correct piece up there. I don't want those words on my little project. I've recently gotten into the fingernail polish again. I love glitter, but I don't like real glitter that goes everywhere, you know. So that's what's on my nails, is glitter polish. And I'm excited to have a little acrylic holder now for it that I just got in the mail this week. I know my husband's like, oh, what now? Okay. Those are done. Get that out of the way. And then I'll start deciding on my width. The width of each of these cards, I'll just show you on this. This is a blank notebook. Well, not actually blank. It has an expense thing in it. But I'm not using it. I wanted to make sure that my front cover matched the front page of this matched the size of one of these inserts. And to do that, I started really just kind of bending it around an original insert, you know. You can use any size, by the way, to do the project. Here's a field notes. Just check your size of your notebook and go with the size that you want to make. I happen to be in an 8 most of the, I'm sorry, not an 8, a 6 most of the time. And that's why I chose to make my notebook this size. Plus, I hold a lot of stuff in these. I have a personal size, which also is a number 4 Foxy Fix, that I like to use, but not to do my journaling in. I do more notes and lists in that size. So here I have, I'm going to go ahead and just crease it with my hand at the moment. I have the front cover of my little insert here. On that front cover, I want to go ahead right now and cut this little opening that I'm going to use as a pocket. So I'm going to use my slice tool and a straight edge. And because I know that that's my fold right there, I don't want it to go straight to the fold, nor do I want it to come all the way up here to the edge of the paper. I'm going to stop it right about there and start it probably about a 1/2 inch from the fold. If you need to mark it with a pencil, by all means do so. I did on the first one, and then realized, you know, I didn't really need to mark it, but it does help to see it. And that is good thick cardstock, so I'm going to do it again, because that is just a whisper cut. But it is right where I want it to be. If you happen to make your own stickers, you may want to invest in this little tool. I'll leave the link below. I got mine from Amazon. It has been the most helpful little tool I've ever owned. It whisper cuts stickers on the sticker sheet that I print out myself. And I love that. I love that it is so easy to use. I just hold it up against a straight edge. And it's ceramic. The cutter is ceramic, and it does not cut your skin. I tried it because I'm constantly cutting myself on other stuff. So anyway, there's the front cover. On the back side is the green piece. The green piece, I decided if I was going to adhere this together, I don't want to actually double over that edge. I don't need the bulk. So what I did was I cut that part off at the 4.5 inch mark. So there's going to be, and since there's no foiling on this, there's no decoration on this, I can cut it right off the edge. On some of these other sheets now, remember we have foiling that we want to keep. I guess I could have done this. I'll just mark 4 1/4. It's hard to do it when I'm trying to show it on camera. And the quarter marks on this little ruler are not marked. Just realize that. It's kind of silly to me. Anyway, I'm going to go back to Old Faithful right here. I've had to use a number of different types of cutters over the years for different things. And some of them I line up at this bar on the bottom to cut straight, and some of them I don't. So some of them I have to line up with the marks on this part of it. But there it is. Okay, so that when I put the front and back together, my first pair of pages, I'm going to have what looks like this. So to do that, I need to remember, because can you guess what I did the first time? I did not leave my pocket open down here. So what I'm going to do, and I'll use this red one instead of my big purple one. Where you want a pocket, do not put any type of adhesive. The first one I was thinking all along that I would be able to do it real quick and easy. I may have to use the purple one after all. And then just cut it, you know, put my pages together, cut it at the end. Yeah, this is not working very good. Cut it at the end, and that it would just all be perfect, but that's not how my world worked, because I absolutely put adhesive on that. So this part I don't want to put adhesive on, but the one above it I do. So I'm going to take it along that line where I cut it, and then to put my pages together, and I'm sorry about this monstrosity, it's from my scrapbooking days. I don't even know what they call it anymore. And I do want to make sure that my folds are together. One of the problems I was thinking I was going to have when I started this project was the folds in the cards. How was that going to get in my way? Well, it ended up when I made a set of pages like this that it would open up and leave a nice little gap for me so that I could tuck some more things in it. I'm nearing the 30-minute mark. After showing you this first page with the wing on it, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to get my next pages ready to show you. And this is going to have multiple parts to it. I can tell already.